Okay, hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I've just come off a big dinner. We had a Greek halloumi platter. Absolutely one of the best, vegetarian and all. Anyway, third version. The only interim change is the final versions in Chris's most private thing, where he briefly stated in English that he was an autistic virgin. I am high-functioning autistic and I am a virgin. Do not be afraid of me nor judge me. Well, that seems whatever. I've conquered most of my autistic traits, apart from when he, falls back on them. More of which can be learned on Wikipedia or autism.org. Chris before expurging it from the record entirely. Evidence of Chris's marked decline in health. Oh, I'm glad they mentioned health and, not in terms of like Chris, in his sex change, as it were. But you can see Chris does look... he really does look like Wings of Redemption here, because his hair is receding. I hadn't really noticed this before, probably because this is a slightly older picture, but his hair is definitely fading. On or around June 12th, Chris revisited his Okcupid entry and updated it briefly. Beyond an extra line, Chris adds in a new section to the list. Prior to this, he has claimed he was leaving the internet. Again. Let's see. Young at heart, I also like to have fun, acts of kindness, graduate from high school, everything looks here, now in Spanish. Why does he keep putting this up anyway? But then we'll put in I am compassionate, reliable, and honest. No, and no. What I'm doing in my life, all that good stuff, yeah, drawing, writing, the first things people notice about me, converse with, goosebumps, still. Did Chris never think about maybe these some of the things you should be changing? The 6 things after blah blah. Well, at least food and water. I'd say that's a pretty something in general, I suppose. How I spent socialize better, playing Guitar Heroes. I am very interested in sex. Yes, I am compassionate and passionate. I am redundant and very redundant. Girls, I'm looking for girls who like guys, age 24, near me, who are single, for friends, long-term, short-term. You can meet me in person within 2 days of first connection, and that you are able to call me and accept calls from me. As well as if you are A, 21, 20 souls, B, not black, no personal offense, or taken, smoker, blah blah blah, everything. It's the same. It's really just the same. 4th version. As of February 2013, Chris's profile has been updated once again. The final version of this profile featured new reference to Tom girlism and a considerable de-emphasis on the importance of quick sex, like anybody else would have done. Particularly notable about this update was the addition of a new photo showing Chris to have a sickly blue complexion, thinning and receding uncut hair, and worsening obesity. This apparent decline in health is hardly surprising considering Chris's sedentary lifestyle and gracious consumption of McDonald's. Also of note is Chris's insistence that all potential dates ignore all Google results, a mantra he has repeated on his Facebook profile, and even in personal correspondence, referring people who wish to know more about him to the quickie while simultaneously instructing them to ignore all derogatory content. Obviously, Chris has failed to realize the paradoxical effect of preemptively instructing people to ignore anything bad they may read about him, only serving to further interest in his autistic antics. Also, in this version of the profile, Chris removes all of the existing Spanish text, perhaps having realized his list of demands to which his heart suite must conform precludes Hispanic woman. Let's see this one. We'll go through all of this because this one looks like it's been updated extensively. I am an all-around emotionally mature, no. Good-natured, no. High-functioning autistic. heterosexual tomgirl artist. I feel better being treated as a person than some sort of freak or something. I am a good listener. Nah. And sometimes I have to take my time thinking about a topical issue. Not quite true, but I am the original creator of Sonichu, Rosechu, and the City of Quickville. Ignore all Google results! I am making those close to me emotionally happy, even though I have been feeling seriously depressed, lonely, and having constant heartaches. I am looking for a woman to be my friend, sweetheart, future wife from the ground up. Why that phrase? She would be true and honest in personality, all-round, compassionate, understanding, and patient. I think, talking to Chris at all, I think anybody would have to be patient. But that's besides the point. All women interested in me must be willing to meet in person in real life immediately. I have had bad online experiences numerously from a lot of fake people. Was it due to Chris angrily demanding things from them? Finding me in person at my hangout is the best bet. I usually am very cautious about any and all messages I receive online, and I screen my phone calls, and getting my attention must be direct with a pleasant greeting and introduction. Right, again, why Chris can't just... Please forgive me if I respond coldly or timidly at first. I am very shy. Well, it didn't stop you from writing this up though, did it? And I am paranoid of most people and the kind of bad person they may be. I would say that people wouldn't instruct you to make a dating app at all if, you're that paranoid, Chris. What I'm doing with my life. I'm keeping it real, taking it one day at the objects. I also work on all projects, blah, blah, blah. I'm really good at none of these. The first things people usually notice about me, giving into Chris's ego, favorite books, completely unchanged, still. The 6 things I can never do without. After I've found the one, after I found the one is just a delightful phrase in itself. My iPhone, my creative genius, my good health, my glasses, food and water. Apparently Chris puts his phone above his health and basic necessities of life. I spend a lot of time how and where to socialize. No, you don't. That's not true either. The most private thing I'm willing to admit. I am, that. Straight girls only. Okay, well, why can't you just say girls or women? Ages 25-30 near me who are single, who are friends, blah, blah, blah. None of this, again, blah, blah, blah. It's stupid, but for more reasons than before. Level Up King profile. In July 2014, a Quickie Forms member found yet another Okcupid profile that Chris created. A chat with an anonymous friend indicates that it had been set up by a gal pal by 28th of June, and that Chris was so shy and incompetent that he depended on other friends to find and screen potential dates. He asked one male acquaintance to actually begin flirty conversations with them. Like, must be the first ever dating app where you hire a wingman. In this iteration of the profile, Chris at first comes off markedly saner than the last one. Well, that wouldn't take much there. Having opted to substitute horrifying, honest content with embellishments and outright lies about himself. No, that's not a good change. Such as claiming he enjoys recreational walking. However, despite the facade of the profile being less terrifying than in previous iterations, Chris's usual brand of aggressive insanity can be found if one scratches the surface, even just slightly. For instance, in this edition of the profile, he makes no mention whatsoever of neither his habit of cross-dressing nor his motivation for doing it, hiding it through his fashion, as if that were in any way indicative. This, at first, presents a saner picture than before, but a quick foray into the horrifying photos section reveals his Tom girlish ways ad nauseum, something for which he is heterosexual male profile provides no explanation whatsoever. This makes him look like a complete lunatic. Yeah, if he doesn't even bother to state why he does it, then I suspect that Eddie Izzard probably would have said to his wife, "This is just purely for an act." And if you don't know who Eddie Izzard is, you're missing out. The profile consists of many other embellishments and lies, Chris claiming that he is good at anything art-related. Oh yeah, though that's... has a huge imagination, cares deeply for his family, that last one's just sad, etc. He implies he is the head of the household, claiming to be looking after Bob and the pets. No. The reasoning for which is conspicuously absent. One thing from which he has carried over from the previous profiles is his demand that women verify their identity to him. Chris proclaiming that an immediate real-life meeting with him is mandatory. There are other notable omniscience, partial and total, besides Chris's tomgirlism. Chris mentions of Legos is fairly sparse, considering that when he wrote the profile, he was slavishly addicted to them and spending literal thousands of dollars on sets, although, unbeknownst to Chris, a 32-year-old man mentioning Legos at all would be fairly damning, unless you worked for Lego or you had a stake in a production of something related to Lego. But I digress. Chris makes no mention whatsoever of his current living situation, as in the fourth version of his previous profile. Chris does not attempt any Spanish in this edition, thank God, although he still claims dubiously to be okay at it, as well as fluent in English. Right. His obligatory list of things his partner must be or have, I'll say demand, is partially omitted. It is truncated in his main profile in this version, but it can be pieced together in all its glory by pursuing the 1,333 personality questions he answered. Possibly the most effort Chris put into anything for well over 2.5 years up to that point. Okcupid generates a chart based on a user's answer to personality questions, in order to compare them to other users on the site. Chris was determined to be more morally conventional, more spiritual, more artsy, more sloppy, worse-mannered, less sex-driven, less independent, less compassionate, less experienced in love, less arrogant, less scientific, and less experienced in life than the average Okcupid user. It's not good, Chris. It's really not good. The profile was mostly unused by September for mysterious reasons. By this time, however, the account had been netted him Catherine, so he wasn't too concerned. Why Chris stopped using the account? Let's just see this. Sorry, I just don't use this anymore. Trolls are making too many fake accounts. Screen cap of the profile. Let's have a VADA, as they say. I'll zoom this in a bit. Right, okay, so he actually has kind of like, put this in, apart from income. Ugh. Pisces, it's fun to think about. I bet it is, Chris. I'm an empathetic, autistic individual with honest emotions, as opposed to people who have emotions that are fake, or just, not real. I'm genuine about how I feel, and I stick to my beliefs. No, that's not true though, is it, Chris? I care about those closest to me, especially my family. I have a big imagination and love using it towards my creations. You mean, no. I graduated from PVCC with an associate in computing aiding drafting. I try to think outside the box. No, he doesn't. My sense of fashion, just going to leave that out there, matches my personality. No, it doesn't. Well, actually, you know what? Aged poorly and is disintegrating. Does that count? And how I emotionally feel. Sometimes I'm a little scatterbrained, so please don't mind if I jump topics. My hobbies and interests include creating, drawing, colouring, creating with my Lego, video games, walking, music, and shopping. What I'm doing in my life, taking care of my mother and pets. Really good at anything art related. I'm also pretty good at video games. Oh my god. First people usually notice my fashion. Wow. Wow, indeed. Favorite books and movies, food. My Little Mary Poppins, My Little Pony, Equestria Girls, The Lego Movie, Yellow Submarine, Meet Me in St. Louis, Singing on the Rain, On the Town, and other musicals. Basically stuff his parents got him to listen to. TV shows, My Little Pony, All Generations, Sonic the Hedgehog, Transformers. He likes My Little Pony more than Sonic the Hedgehog. Get out of here. Transformers, Frasier, Keeping Up Appearances, Daria, Sailor Moon, and other anime. Music, including pop, jazz, rock, classic, artists, Britney Spears, Katy Perry, The Beatles, and others. 6 things I cannot do about, no particular order. My iPhone, Lego collection and creations, video games. I think you should have put this in order, Chris, because my family of mother, 2 beagles, and a cat should be a little bit higher up than just saying your iPhone or anything like that. I spent a lot of time thinking about how I can improve my life in future. Time's running out for that, Chris. Last I heard, you were running around with a taser. On a typical Friday night, I am at home minding my small family, piddling with my Legos, watching a flick, playing a video game or whatever, and definitely feeling lonely for an eligible woman to be my sweetheart. You mean crippling under the pressure of, not having to work or just... Closest friend and future wife. The most private thing I'm willing to admit, I have been emotionally hurt before when I am not reasonably paranoid of others, especially online, which is why you decided to do a dating profile again, which is why it is mandatory for immediate in-person meeting with me. Okay. Girls who like guys aged 23, 32, near me, single. You should message me, you make the first move and ask me out, please. And if you are single, caring, compassionate... Well, at least for this one, he rules out the, they must be white. So that's something. Not that I think Chris really means it. And you must be willing to meet me in person immediately or ASAP. Chris, no one is going to meet with you immediately. They don't have to, obey your demands, Chris. That's just not how that works. I think we could need to zoom in just a little bit. Oh, a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Photos of just Chris parading around. There's not too much to see. Presumably candid. Chris appears to be paranoid about something. This one just unsure. Maybe he should have done his hair before he did this. A graph of sorts which shows information about a user's personality. More conventionally moral. I'm not too sure about that. More sloppy, worse mannered, less experienced in life, naive. Yeah, that's a pretty good summary right there. And I think finally, level up Queen profile. As Chris's relationship with Catherine came to an end, he renewed his online love quest in December 2014 with a new profile which included changes to reflect his new gender identity. With his name changed to Level Up Queen, which required a fee to Okcupid. He declared himself both a lesbian trans woman and a man looking for a woman. Further muddying the waters, he claimed that he would work best for straight, bi, and lesbian women. He stressed he wanted an open relationship and was interested in a ménage à trois. He also seemed to have a... Was it the fact that he had an open relationship why it cost him with Catherine anyway? Further proof Chris learns fuck all when it comes to anything about life. He was now looking for everybody, and he also stated dubiously that he would be interested in meeting married women for friendship. Other than these new features, the profile was very similar to the Level Up King incarnation, with Chris just basically box of animal laxatives in the foreground and a wig of sorts. Is there anything up here? Looking for an open relationship. That's how he wants to open this. I am also a female lesbian soul in this male body, a lesbian trans woman, very interested in men, no operation. I would work best, blah. I am very proud member of the LGBTQ rights supporter and would be an activist if the event is local. I also like to attend local pride, fashion. Yeah, it's basically the same. Does this mention anything about ethnicity or anything like that? Job, other. He lists other as his job. Chris, other does not count as a job. You need something, you know, more substantial, something you can actually give an income towards. Well, that's that, I suppose. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Chris's Okcupid history. Basically, what you need to learn from this is that Chris will either go one step backwards and then will go an extra 2 steps backwards because he does not know how to present himself, or he simply does not care either way. I'll leave you up to decide because Chris likes to be true and honest, and I think, honestly, like I said before, anyone could do a better job than Chris do. I might even go out of my own way and make my own profile on Okcupid to show to you guys, just so we get an understanding of exactly the sort of things I would probably say. And we'll see if that works. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this article courtesy of the Quickie. Please make sure to leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of Chris's Okcupid section of the Quickie for yourselves. And I hope to love you guys again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now.